Hey guys, this is FreeFriends91, and first and foremost, I'd like to apologize that I haven't made a video in a while. So I apologize to all my viewers because, yeah, I haven't, and I should have been making videos, but so no excuses. But this video I'm bringing you is on an interesting topic. It's on how there's an article written by someone on IGN, and in that article, the person is talking about how the Xbox One and the PS4 are effectively online-only consoles. So let's think about this. Remember the days when you used to go and buy a game from a game store, and then used to come back home and take the game out of the disc, and then you put it in the game console, and then you played it. Remember how good those days were? Well, those days are no more. Why? Because now games require something called a day one patch. So many of your AAA titles will require you to not only be online, but to wait in front of your system while the patch downloads. Slowly taunting you, knowing that you cannot play the game until it reaches a certain point on the progress bar. Anyway, back to reality here. Basically, the guy was kind of talking about how these day one patches are causing these consoles to need online to play. Because these games are shipping in some sort of sense. They're shipping broken, and then they need the day one patch to kind of patch them up. I mean, it's called a day one patch for a reason, I guess. So basically, if you don't have online, and I'm not talking about those people who just like to play single player and don't play too much online multiplayer, such as Yahtzee. If you guys watching my channel, you probably know who Yahtzee is. But just in case, he's on the Escapist YouTube channel, and he has his own show. It's called Zero Punctuation, and he kind of does funny reviews for big games. Like he'll review horrible games just to be like funny about them, and he'll review good games too, and he'll still be funny. So it's kind of good. I'd recommend that. Recommend people who watch my videos to go over to the Escapist YouTube channel. It's pretty good. Zero Punctuation is a pretty funny show if you like that kind of stuff. But warning, it is like very like adult comedy. Let's go with that. All right. So what I'm basically talking about is, though, how the online only is kind of isolating people who don't play online at all. See, not like Yahtzee. Yahtzee just doesn't play online. I'm pretty sure he has online. But I'm sure there are some people out there who own Xbox Ones and PS4s, and not only do they not play online, they don't usually have their console connected to online. I'm not saying that they don't have internet, but let's just say they have like really low internet, and the internet's bad, and like hooking up their console is basically useless because it's so slow it doesn't do much or something like that. So if they can't, and even if they can, if it's so slow, that day one patch, I mean the patch for, even though it wasn't a day one patch, but for Assassin's Creed Unity, the game I'm playing right now, or on the video, is actually, it was over a 40 gig patch for them to fix that game properly. So do you know how slow that would take if you live in an area that has terrible internet? That patch, that would literally be taunting you. That patch, that progress bar, that's like, leave your console on, or maybe have it off, but have it on the whole download thing for like 2-3 days or something slow. And the whole thing is that Sony and Microsoft, in a sense, have isolated people who don't use internet or who don't have their consoles hooked to online. Because basically with all these patches that basically fix broken games, if you don't have online, they're basically saying tough to you. Tough. Because they're releasing. I'm not saying that they're the ones releasing, because it's obviously developers. So even though that the Master Chief Collection was Microsoft, so yeah, Microsoft could be kind of responsible for releasing that with all those problems. But the developers themselves, who develop for PS4 and Xbox One, I'm not sure if it's, I don't want to call it lazy, but what I'm saying is they're basically like, all right, we need to meet this deadline. Let's ship a broken game, and they release a patch later. Now, the patch is good because at least it's day one. At least they realized that the game was buggy. They didn't have to wait for customers to tell them, and then they just fixed it on a day one patch. But the problem is still, when we buy a game, we should be able to play that game. We shouldn't have to wait for a patch. Just because, I mean, a patch should be later on when they figure out some glitch that they couldn't have foreseen or something. Not something that just like, not them going like, all right, we know this game is buggy, but we got to release it at this time, so let's release it, and now let's work on the patch. Now, it is good, like I said, that they're working on the patch. They're willing to admit that the game's buggy. They're willing to make a patch for it, but still, they've isolated, as I said, the people who don't play online at all. And I think that'd be about 2% of people who own an Xbox One or a PS4 don't play online, probably. Still, it's strange that the developers are like, well, tough for you guys. Buy our games, but don't expect them to be not buggy without online. And that's just my opinion. I think actually this is the way we're just going. I think by next generation, the PS5, let's just call it that, and the Xbox 2, let's call it that, will be completely online. I think it'll just be online only, and without online you can't play at all. That's just my opinion though. Anyway, you guys tell me your opinions in the comments below, please. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and God bless you all.